FatherofTwo plays Pillars of Eternity, The White March, Part 1. So, we talked to Hefric, we got a mission from him, we have a new companion, and we had some conversations with her. We have more people around here to talk to, so we're gonna start with... Oh, okay, that's her singing. I was like, sleep in her bosom still, that's weird. Let's talk to Fiera here.
Thought I'd found shelter when I stumbled across this little village. Guessing you did too, huh?
Fiera raises a frosty mug to you. Even though the warmth of the hearth reaches you here, her hands are wrapped in weirwool and her ears muffled by a hat. Her face has the taut, wind-beaten look of someone who's recently come from the road.
As much blood as there was in the streets, I'm lucky the ale's still flowing.
She takes a drink, and as she tilts her head back, you see a bruise purpling her jaw and the crimson bloom of scraped knuckles. What exactly happened to you?
Thought all the whispers about Durgan's battery were just village superstition. And maybe they are. But I might have been on my guard if I'd listened. I was part of an expedition, hunting for relics from Durgan's battery. And picked up a good haul, too.
She takes a slow swallow of her beer.
So it figures that's when the winds pick up and the sky starts dumping snow. We lost sight of the road. Meanwhile, something else found us. Took Liam out before we even realized we were surrounded. And then we see him coming out of the snow. These little four-armed wilder. Lagufoth, they're called.
Lagufoth. She shakes her head, staring at the embers in the fire pit.
Quick little bastards. Francesca and I held them off as long as we could, but when they filled her full of darts, I turned tail and ran. Found my way here and thanked my luck for escaping the Lagufoth. Then come to find out that this town's got an ogre problem.
She laughs bitterly. What are you gonna do now?
I need to get those artifacts. Not that I'm in any shape to go after them myself. But I can't afford to return to Defiance Bay without something to show for my expedition.
Apprehension creeps into her expression. She stares into her mug, swirling its contents.
But you've got your own expedition to the battery, don't you? While you're out there, maybe you could look for my goods. Whatever's left of them.
She looks up from her mug, hopeful.
I'll give you a cut for anything you bring back, of course. I ain't asking for charity. I just can't afford to go home empty-handed.
She brushes her nails along the side of her mug as that anxious look returns. Tell me what you're looking for.
Like I said, we were treasure hunting near Durgan's battery when we were ambushed. What else do you want to know?
Renningild told me that another expedition came through before I arrived. Was that you? Ooh, wait. Yeah, no, let's start with that one.
Who?
She looks momentarily confused.
No, that would have been somebody else. We didn't meet with Renningild, or anyone else in town for that matter. We were operating on our own.
She looks into the fire pit, taking another drink. Why are these relics so important to you?
We took out several loans to pay for our trip out here. I'm gonna have trouble if I don't pay them back.
She scratches the back of her neck. Remind me where I could find your caravan?
What's left of it should be near Durgan's battery. If you stumble across the Lagufoth, you'll know you're close.
Examine her teeth. As Fiera talks, you notice that her teeth and gums are stained with dark spots. What do you know about Durgan's battery?
Just that it's been locked up tight for 200 years on account of those dwarves having a row.
She shrugs.
Which means that any trinkets from inside fetch a nice price. Sorry, I'm more of a businesswoman than a historian.
Okay, goodbye. Another mission.
All right, then.
Or quest. Bear Twin? Bear Twin? Hey there, good timing. You could watch me trounce Bertwin. Trounce, sorry. Alcohol and sharp objects. This won't end well. Aloth. Once, Andred. You won once. What are you playing? Orland's Head. Andred grins sheepishly. That's what they call it anyhow. Smooth. You can pick a target, see? His nose or ears. Nose is worth more, but if you got 2 ears to work with... you get less points for the further out for the target you get. So, for the mouth and eyes, no points if you miss. Fancy a game? 3 throws each, and whoever gets the most points by the end of it wins the wager. I'll put down 50 pans if you will. Sure, let's play. It's like I'd rather not throw it at the frickin' head of a poor Orlan, but game sounds fun. Andred pulls a throwing knife from his belt, turning it over in his hands. Wager's 50 pans, you in? Let's play. Good man. I'll go first just to show you how it's done. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the nose, scoring 10. Andred walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. You gotta aim for the nose. The knife hits the nose, scoring 10. Andred aims carefully and throws his blade. The knife hits the ear, scoring 7. Andred walks up to retrieve the knife. Your turn. Going for the nose again. The knife hits the ear, scoring 7. Andred aims carefully, throwing his blade. Knife hits the mouth, scoring 5. Let's go for the ears. Okay, we got the mouth, scoring 5. That puts us neck and neck. That's 22 and 22, sorry. Which puts us neck and neck. Andred pulls a throwing knife from his belt, turning it over in his hands. Let's put an end to this tie. Go on. Andred aims carefully, throws his blade. Knife hits the nose, scoring 10. Well, we gotta go for the nose. And we tied again. So, let's put an end. Okay. Okay. Go for the ears. Damn! We're so close. Okay, go on. Okay, hit the mouth. Okay, we're going for the nose. Nice. Not bad, stranger. Looks like you win this one. Here's your prize. I guess I ought to get some practice. Well, that was fun. Too bad it wasn't more involved. Katie.
Oh, it's you. I'm so glad you came by. I hoped I'd have the chance to thank you properly. They told me what happened. God's bless you, sir. I owe you my life. I know it was foolish of me to run in there. But this ring is all that I have of my family.
How are you holding up?
Oh, I'm managing. Fenway's letting me stay with her until I'm back on my feet. Everyone's been lovely, really. It was hard seeing what's left of the house. But Rayvald says he's going to see a hut raised for me soon as they get the logs.
Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for Fenland liqueur.
Rayvald was just in here asking after the same thing. Guess that stuff really is popular. Averick has some, but he says the Fenland stuff's not for sale. And he's rigged up the cellar like a battlefield trying to keep people out. Sorry. If anyone deserves a drink, it's you, sir. But I don't think I could convince him.
I understand.
We still have a decent supply of food and drink if anything else takes your fancy.
Actually, I wanted to ask her about the ring. Oh, I didn't get to ask her about the ring. Oh well. Feels good to have helped that woman from the fire. So that's to the basement. And that's not where we want to go, per se. But there is an Orlan we need to talk to around here. Yeah, we're not gonna steal. Not our thing. Save here, though. Owena. Owena?
Excuse me. Was there something you need?
She jumps. She knits her fingers together and looks intently at the floor. No, not right now, apparently. Aleph.
Not to be rude, but I'm rather busy. Can't you get another room?
The Orlan turns and glances past you with a quick, nervous motion. His ears shredded and scalloped at the edges are pressed against his skull. Hefrick sent me to check on you.
He... what? Oh no. No.
He runs his claws through his hair and tugs at his long, ragged ears. I can't imagine why he'd think a thing like that, Alos says.
Is she there? Did you see her?
Who are you talking about? He leans around you, peering at the doorway.
Devala. That woman. The slaver, she...
He swallows.
I was a slave in Raid Ceres. I ran away. Made it here. The mountains are usually the best place to lose slavers, but Devala's one of the best.
His hands tremble as he picks at his worn tunic. That's terrible. There must be something we can do.
I just want to get out of here. I've scraped together enough money to reach New Haomar.
New Haomar? That's hardly an He stops himself, eyes wide. I mean, it's lovely. You'll love it.
But the locals talk about a raid Saren party, camped west of town.
He worries at a ragged shirt sleeve.
It's got to be Devala. She's been after me since the foothills. I'll pay you if you can get rid of her. I don't care how.
We'll see. Not gonna murder her unless... I mean, she is a slaver. Unless I have to. I guess we could go speak with the innkeep. And then we have things to do. Many, many things.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do?
Okay. I guess we could check out the basement. I suppose that's where the liquor that guy wanted stolen is, and we're not going to do that. But if we happen upon some, he can have it.
Ten Ponds says he trips them.
An assortment of dusty vintages lines the shelves. Many dates to before the War of Defiance.
Keeping an eye out.
Trips what? I guess there's probably traps in here. Ah, yep.
I see.
Holy crap. I mean, we could steal it, but I'm not going to. Let's talk to this guy. Hero of the hour. Hefrick send you down here to check on us? We aren't causing any trouble, on my word. Who are you? Tenlik. He raises his mug. Humble fisherman, though with the ogres coming down all the time, well, I'd sooner fish for truth down a bottle for the time being. Don't suppose you know where a man could find some Fenland liquor. All Hefrick's best is over there, but I wouldn't, friend. It's a mess of traps, and I should know. Nearly took my eyebrows off. Tenlik points a finger toward the nearby shelves. What are you playing? Dozens. Care to test your luck? Each of us puts down 50 pans, 3 wins, and you take the 100. Could explain the rules if you like. Well, what are the rules? It's simple enough. Winner takes all. We roll 3 dice each. Get 3 4s, and that's the dozen. Beats all the other rolls. You roll anything else that sums 12, that's the towers. Second best. You roll any other triples, that's a godhammer. You get a pair. That's witnesses. 1, 2, and 3 is the saint. That's the lowest. Oh, that sounds fun. I like dice games. Any other roll is talkers. Don't amount to anything, so you roll the dice again. You get it? Sure, I'll play. Tenlik reaches forward to gather up his dice. It makes me think of dice poker. I think you play that in Red Dead Redemption. Right, here we go. Coins on the table. Pay the 50p. I'll let you go first since you're new. Tenlik chuckles. 2, 3, and 6. Talkers. 1, 2, and 5. Talkers. 2, 5, and 6. Talkers. Witnesses. Value 2. Tenlik rolls the dice. Witnesses. Value 4. Ah, my witnesses beat your witnesses. Looks like I win. Tenlik reaches forward to gather up his dice. Ready? Sure. Talkers. Witnesses. Value 4. Talkers. Tenlik grumbles and picks up his dice again. 4, 5, and 5. Witnesses. Value 4. Looks like we're evenly matched. Let's go it again. Yeah, let's roll them. Damn, that sucks. My godhammer beat your witnesses. Looks like I win. Tenlik reaches forward. Okay. Witnesses, value 5. And he gets value 2. Round's mine. Okay. I wonder if this has to do with any of our skills. Towers, value 5. Towers beats witnesses. Witnesses, value 4. Witnesses, value 3. We win. Okay.
Hey.
I mean, I'd do some more, but I'm not into it right now. But that was fun. Not quite as fun as, say, Gwent, but, you know, a game's better than no game. And we won, so I can't really complain. Alright, well, let's take a look at our missions and see what we want to do next. I have a feeling we're going to go to this, temple that our new companion, whose name slips my mind, wanted to go to. Let's check it out. The White March. Durgan's Battery, Recluse of the White March. Quests, a good haul. Okay. Track down the Slave Hunter. Journey to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. So we're going to the Russetwood. Hunt down the wolf. Okay, so these 5 up here are ones from here. The Fisherman's Penance, huh. Right, Durgan's Battery. The Thermal Pearl, not Pool. Okay, we got some bounties. But, we're going to do this one. Search the waters of the Russetwood. As well as, I think, this one, Journey to the Abbey of the Fallen Moon. I think those will coincide. I think that's the pool that he was talking about. So the Russetwood was to the west here. We haven't ventured out of town yet. Just saved everyone from ogres, and then we've just been talking to everybody. Menaha? Menaha? Okay, the Deerwood, the Russetwood. Let's go to the Russetwood. Take us 8 hours. As your party grows in size, you may want to change their formation. You can use the formation button in the HUD to cycle between pre-built formations or build your own. I think what we have is working pretty good, and I'll stick with it for now. Though we might want somewhat of a tighter one for dungeons. Okay, now that we're here, we'll give a save. I guess we should sneak around a little bit, but I'm so loath to do so when we're not in a dungeon, because I feel like there's not a lot of traps around. What do we got here? Bitter Spirit. Oh my god. Okay. Get in there. Use that. Aloth. Target that person. Okay, I think we're good for the moment. Suppose we could mark somebody too. No, we won't bother doing that. Let's have some of our ranged units attack this thing. Oh, we already had him doing this, so let's do that. Okay. What can we do here with her? Don't want to do that. Let's do the barbaric yell, though. And Halcyon. Attack this thing. Okay. A deer. Get to the next Bitter Spirit. Sometimes I wish I could pan the camera around, but it's really not the end of the world. Oops, that's not really what I want. I do want all the ranged guys, though, to attack this thing. Oh, good enough. Okay. We'll have to read about these things when we finish them off here. Okay. What is this? Awakened Adra.
Hey.
Okay, let's take a quick look at our bestiary. Our cyclopedia, bestiary... Kindguilla. The hell? That's terrifying. I don't think we've read about those. Beetles. We haven't read about those either. We've read about the animats. Crag Ogre. Delemgan. Is that thing we ran into some type of Delemgan, maybe? Yeah. Menquagra? Okay. So they're just like higher level? Yeah, it seems that way. Okay. Fair enough. But we haven't read about the beetles or the Kindguilla. Kindguilla are violent and confused spirits that have been unable or unwilling to move beyond the shroud. More specifically, these are the spirits of women who die under particularly tragic or traumatic circumstances, hence the name Kindguilla, right, that was what was in the lighthouse, which translates to Blood Mother. The popular image of the Kindguilla is the spirit of a jilted lover, has changed in recent years as the effects of Widewind's legacy have become more widely known, with so many Hollowborn arising and a similarly steep rise in Kindguilla sightings. Many assume these spirits are linked to mothers who have died in childbirth. In reality, the Kindguilla manifests just as readily from the spirits of women who perish in violent crimes or accidents, or those who led particularly violent lives. Beetles. Beetles are not quite man-sized, but they strike a sufficiently intimidating form to frighten off most travelers. The alarmingly large insects never fail to impress and terrify visitors, and reinforce the image of the Deerwood as a barely civilized backwater. The expansive wilderness in and around Deerwood, and Air Glanfath, gives beetles plenty of room to multiply. The most successful species of large beetles have evolved to not only camouflage themselves in the surrounding environments, but also to grow carapaces made out of common and hardy materials, such as wood, stone, and adra. Glanfathan tribes have been known to fashion crude shields and even weapons out of the limbs and shields of these beetles. Shells. Despite all appearances to the contrary, there is an underlying complexity to the common beetle. When they choose a material with which to develop their shell, they do so with a level of intention that borders on artistry. Wood beetles will often burrow intricate holes in their carapaces by blowing air through these makeshift pipes. They play an eerie music to attract mates. Stone beetles fashion rudimentary tusks and horns that help them to defend themselves and to attack prey. The intricacies of adra beetles are, as of yet, not well understood, save that they are notoriously difficult to kill. Okay, so that's everything. So they're level 8. We've only killed 2. They have quite a good damage reduction. Okay, well, we're good for now then.
Alright then.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Cool. But I'll be finding all the good stuff, darn it. What have we here? Lots of river reed. What is this, though? This simple shrine is covered in a thick layer of snow, fallen leaves, and feathers. A pair of curving bones flank the altars. Examine the shrine more closely. The shrine does not appear to be frequented very often, though traces of old candle wax line the edges of the stone. Under a dusting of frost, you note a rectangular section of the altar's surface that seems to be cleaner than the rest, as if something once rested here. Touch it? You feel a tingle run up your arm as you set your fingers to the altar. In the instants after the wind seems to die down, the sound of the wilderness growing muted to your hearing. Then you hear a sudden low growl, quickly joined by more. A vision strikes you like a sudden memory, though it is unbound by time or place. Within a sea of darkness, you see a great beast, formless save for its gleaming fangs. It growls and snaps with increasing desperation and savagery, and for a moment you feel its rage as your own, a possessive fury that tears at you. Something has been taken, your territory threatened, and the price for it will be blood. Is it the wolf? The vision fades just as swiftly as it came. The altar stands silent and still, and the air fills again with the occasional trill of birdsong.
Hey.
Yeah, so it has something to do with that wolf, I think. Somebody stole from it. Maybe we could go talk to the hunter about it before we continue too far into here. That might be a good idea. Maybe he knows who took it. Maybe he took it. Maybe that's why his son was killed. Let's just head back to the village quickly. I mean, quickly, it'll take 8 hours, but I think it's worth our time to go talk to the hunter, see if he knows anything about this shrine we came across. The lab's construction is complete. That's not what I wanted. What is this? I don't know what... Oh, okay, so we've hired that guy? I guess that's what that means? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. We don't have to be there to do it. Okay. Okay, we'll send an escort. Why don't you do it? Excellent. I wish I knew that before, but oh well. Towers? We don't have a lot of money, so we might have to just do the towers for now. Oh, let's do the hearth. And we don't need to be sneaking anymore. Though we could go fast mode just to get over to the hunter's place faster. Now, if I remember correctly, it's just up here. Aye. Indeed it is.
Watch yourself on the mountain. Coming to your elders for advice is...
That's all. Okay, I guess he doesn't know about it. Let's check our quest log. Wasted time, I guess, but it was worth the check, I think. We'll see what showed up in our quest log, though. Oops. Quests. And it was Hunter's Favor. There's a shrine of Gallowayne within the Russetwood. It appears that an item which once adorned the shrine has been removed, an act which incurred great wrath.
Of course.
I guess on the way, talk to this guy, because he's a bit of a thief.
If you weren't gonna fetch the liquor for me, you didn't have to tell Havrick about it. Now he's banned me from the inn altogether.
Maybe that'll teach you not to plot thefts? No. Sorry, I figured it'd keep you out of trouble.
Out of trouble? It was only a drink. Now I get to die sober when the ogres come back. Right, fair enough.
Hey.
Maybe this guy knows about it? He also seemed like a bit of a piece of crap. Okay, that's all I need to know. Well, not a piece of crap, per se. That's maybe a little harsh. Just a coward. Cowardice does not necessarily make one a piece of turd. Okay, back to the Russetwood then. Wonder who stole the item from the shrine, and who might know about it. Perhaps the,
All that time fighting upon the sea. Oh, you must have some great stories.
The rot gut and cannon blasts knocked most of them out of my head. Those were good days.
You ought to meet my sister. Where in Rawatai are you from, anyway?
Little coastal town. Definitely no cannons or rot gut there.
I think our friend Kana is in love. So we'll have to find whatever it is. I assume it's a fang or something. Well, that's just an assumption. And you know what they say about assumptions, right? They make an ass out of you and me. Ooh. +3 move speed. Let's give those to her. Flame shield. Why not? Stalwart bones. Value 3 copper apiece. So it's worth 96. That would be my guess.
Hey.
If I'm reading that correctly. Check our map here again. Okay. Whoa. What is happening here? Crag Ogre. A group of elves stands in a scattered ring around an ogre, but they do not appear to be engaged in battle. The ogre is bound with rope, and one of the elves tugs harshly on the line tied around the ogre's neck. Vamril. This is pointless, beast. You won't get anywhere being stubborn. The ogre only snorts angrily and pulls back on the rope. The two other elves prod him somewhat timidly with their poleaxes. The ogre does not budge. Hey, Vamril! Pale elf. One of the elves has turned to look to you, motioning at the man occupied with the ogre. Vamril. The elves turn to look at you, hands falling to their weapons. Vamril gives a final sharp yank on the rope before he turns as well. I don't know that I want to fire an arrow right away. What are you doing to that ogre? This creature will accompany us to Westrand or Wastrand. We've had some trouble on the roads, but having an ogre along should put an end to it. I don't like slavery. I don't want to help them. Need some help? Kind offer, but we have it under control. The beast came along meekly enough before. I'll have it so again shortly. Nah, we're gonna free it. Before anyone could speak another word, you've knocked and loosed an arrow. It flies true, striking the rope between the ogre's neck and hands, and the binding gives way with a snap. With a triumphant roar, the ogre pulls the rest of his feathers away and lunges towards his captors. Stop that ogre, but don't damage my property, and bring me that fool's head. Maybe that wasn't the best idea ever? I don't know, not fair to that poor, ogre, but he's just gonna try and kill us now anyway, isn't he? Well, I wouldn't say it's the best decision I've made today, but I can't abide slavery of any kind. Oops, darn it. Not you. I always forget about, I don't necessarily want everybody to do the same action. This is an assassin, so maybe they don't seem like they were good people in the first place anyway. I still regret my decision, a little bit. Alright, Wolf, why don't you use your takedown?
Not even slowing it down.
Try again. There we go. And I guess we could summon some
Following.
drakes. Vamro's a pretty tough sucker. So it seems like people are pissing off the ogres in the area. Okay. Deal 300 damage to dazed enemies, or deal 1500 damage. Okay, and what did we get? Oh, 10% chance to cast Dominate on hit or critical hit. Wow. Soulbound weapons are cool. Okay. Ooh, Bitter Cut. Well, let's see what that's all about. Can compare it to what Adir has for now. They're very similar. This one does a little less damage. Grants infestation of maggots, 1 per rest. Wow. Vile thorns, 3 per rest. That was pretty good. Can we enchant it? We can. Though we can only enchant it with Corrosive Lash for now. Let's give it that, though. And I think we will give this to her. Oops. Let's compare. Oh, it's only showing me Guan's share. That's fine. So this does more damage, better interrupt, but is not as fast. And that damage restored as endurance is pretty good. But what's this do? Let's trade them out. I like it. Now she has a couple of spells too, and these boots of speed. There you are.
Hey.
They won't see me coming.
Well, I'll live with my somewhat rash decision.
Then.
Landslide. Right, that's where we found the boots. The wolf looks funny when he's sneaking. What's this? These names are strangely warmed, or stones are strangely warm to the touch, though most of the runes are indecipherable. A few look like names.
Don't fear for me, Watcher. I may be large, but walking the coals has made me light on my feet.
Okay. Holy wolves, Batman. Adir, maybe you wanna use this. And get in there. And we might as well use this other one, because you never know if there's gonna be the perfect time. You might as well use them when it's a good time. Might be a good time for some type of spell as well. This doesn't seem to affect my guys, so we'll use a confusion. My wolf can try a takedown.
Following your lead.
Leave it to me!
Confusion worked well, actually. I like that spell. Somebody level up or something? Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I was still in fast mode. What is this? Some type of lair?
Nice and quiet.
Let's check it out. I hope this isn't where that wolf is, because I'd rather not kill him if I could appease him. Oh my god. It's a frickin' werewolf. Druid wolf, okay. Standing tall amongst the wolves inhabiting the cavern, this creature turns to face you as you venture forward. Scores of wounds and scars riddle its hide, and one dull eye stares out blindly from its skull. It growls a threat as you approach, one echoed by its fellows. At the creature's feet lie two villagers, one heavily wounded, the other holds an arm across his stomach, and he looks up at you with pleading in his eyes.
Please help us!
As the beast turns its head towards the hunter, you sense a strange aura emanating from it. It is as if its hide were holding a tempest of soul essence, fierce and all-consuming as flame. Reach out for the beast's soul. It takes little effort before the beast's soul threatens to overwhelm you with its intensity. Wrath and hunger buffet you on all sides, until you reach through the storm to find a smaller, dimmer pulse of light and are swept headlong into a memory. The chill bites into your cheeks and your lungs burn a little from the run. You look down at the little wooden carving in your hand and run your thumb along the edge of the carved bear's spine. The totem has already brought you luck. You found 2 rabbits in as many snares, and that's a rare enough feat these days. You're certain now that this was a gift from the Gallowayne, that you were meant to find it on that lonely shrine and take it. Your father's voice snaps you out of your reflections, and you rush towards to rejoin him beside the campfire. You brandish the hairs and catch a glimpse of a rare smile under his graying beard. But the smile disappears almost immediately as a shadow falls over you both. You feel the rush of wind a moment before the log comes crashing down, and you roll out of the way just in time. You hear your father cry out in pain, somewhere nearby. Both the hairs and the totem slip from your grasp. You can now feel power surging within you. Your heart thunders in your chest, but instinct pulls your senses into order, and you feel the familiar stretch of limbs, the sudden dizzying shift in height. But something is wrong. Your senses are fading, rather than growing stronger. There's a howling in your head like a screaming chorus, and everything in you shrieks for you to bite, to tear, to eat. The memory slips from you, and when you come back to yourself, the beast is shaking its head as if to clear an itch, clawing at its ears. Soldrin? The creature snaps and snarls, evidently uncomprehending. At the edge, it edges towards the nearest hunter, even as it watches you balefully with its single eye. Throw a torch as a distraction. You fling a torch at the beast, and it gives a sharp yell as the torch bounces off its hide with a burst of embers. The beast leaps away from the hunters, stumbling in its panic, but the wolves surge forward, snarling. Okay, let's be tactical about this. Do the knockdown. Sure, we'll use that. Wolf, we want you to try and overwhelm this. Do we have other knockdowns? We don't, because we used to have a stun, but we no longer have that. Let's try another confusion. I think. And we'll use this. Halcyon, Kana, Aloth. No, Aloth's doing confusion. Halcyon and Kana. Just attack this wolf. Okay, we're good to go here. We are.
Hey.
Now. What do we want to use here? Put that down. Haven't tried one of those yet. And we could do the mark on the druid wolf and anything else. There might be a better way we could have gone about this without having to kill anyone, but here it is. This is what's happening, and we gotta deal with it. See if you could pull this druid wolf to you. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to switch weapons and fight this winter wolf. I think you three could help me take it out. A deer. Try the knockdown on the druid wolf. Use that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Attack that guy. Attack that one. Use this. Okay. You four, attack the druid wolf. And Aloth. Oh, you can't attack? This guy? Okay. Fair enough. Paralyzation, I think. Yes.
How may I help?
And now use this. And back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Halcyon will switch weapons as well. Now, try the knockdown here. And everyone attack the druid. And that seal never got used, that's fine.
Hey.
Well, that just happened. Bless you, stranger. We'll make our way back to the village. Thought we were done for. Very likely you could have been. But we happened upon you just in time. Kuruk's Brand. Unique wand, two-handed. Kuruk was an Adirian noble in Red Saris who owned 600 acres of Vorless field. He considered himself a pious man, and his neighbors and tenant farmers knew him for his fervent devotion to Wodica. He labored alongside his tenants and kept meticulous records of production and sales, yet he was also known for his pitiless temper and his ruthlessness with shirkers. He carried a switch with him, and would savagely thrash any worker he caught dawdling or lagging. Yet he was a favorite of the imperial governor, and so his excesses went overlooked. One day, Widewind approached him while he was doling out an especially savage beating. Widewind, fresh from his encounter with Aethys, demanded that Kuruk release his victim. When the lord refused, Widewind asked what the tenant farmer had done to deserve such treatment. He neglects his duties in the field, Kuruk replied. Every day he gathers less, yet still he enjoys the protection of my estate. Is it any wonder that your harsh treatment of this man would render him unable to fulfill his duties? Let him enjoy a week of rest. He will return to your service renewed, said Widewind. Kuruk sneered. You would reward his indolence? It is my right and my responsibility to discipline him for his errors. What authority gave you such power over this man? Widewind asked. Wodica, the Oathbinder. It is she who sent me above the farmer as his lord and employer, and her order that I served in disciplining him. But Widewind persisted. Does not the quiet winter beget the fruitful spring? It is by Aethys' clemency that we enjoy rebirth in each new life and restoration with each morning, and it is Aethys' season that blesses your fields. I say to you again, release this man. In his fury, Kuruk turned on Widewind, his switch raised to strike. Yet the rod grew suddenly hot in his hand. He cried out, and as he held the rod, it ignited. The flame that gushed forth blinded him instantly, scarring his face in the manner of the burned queen. Kurak dropped the smoldering rod and fled to tell the governor of what he had witnessed. I'm just thinking now, was that the name of the hunter's son? Did we kill his son just now? I don't know. That druid. Okay, so this seems better. In a myriad of ways. Grants fireball 1 per rest? Hell yeah. We can't give it any enchantments, but I think that's a good thing. So that may have been the guy's son, and we may have just killed him, and maybe we could have released him, but it's kind of too late now.
Hey.
Is that going to be the hunter's favor? The wolf that Thyrsk hunted was more than a mere beast. It was a druid so wholly consumed by his animal spirit that he could no longer engage rationally with Kith. It gave me little choice but to slay him. Thyrsk may appreciate an update on the situation. I guess maybe it's not his son? I don't know. I feel like we could have found whatever item that was and returned it, but it's too late now. We had to save those people. And I don't regret my actions. At least, I only minorly regret them. Greyjaw. Try the knockdown, my friend. Wow. I'm actually surprised how much damage he's doing to our friend there. A deer. Anything else we could do? Yeah, we could do a wounding shot.
Still alive?
Let's do a heal. Might as well use this as well.
That's not very helpful.
Still alive?
Not even.
Let's summon some of these. So we kind of have like 2 tanks now, it seems.
Leave it to me.
I might start to miss my wife more and more as a character in the game, because she was definitely my my best character for slaying enemies.
Keeping an eye out.
Arquebus. Fine hatchet. Coil of resourcefulness. And a journal page. Day 4. Took down another stag today. Still not enough hides to make this trip worth it. Day 6. Blizzard's coming. Staying put until it passes. Day 9. Close call with a pair of ogres. Lucky they didn't see us. Day 11. Tracking a large bear that Nurin spotted from the ridge. Might even be Greyjaw. My grandfather told stories about him. Wouldn't that be something if we were the ones to finally kill him? Day 12. It's definitely Greyjaw. We're dangerously close to the ogre cavern, but we've got Greyjaw trapped, and his hide is too valuable to pass up. The 3 of us should be able to handle 1 bear. Yeah, it seems it didn't work out that way, though. So we got some camping supplies there. I just remembered now my timer went off while I was in that cave, so I guess I will have to end the episode here. So, until next time, if you enjoyed it, please leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. This is Father of Two, signing off.